Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Chloe if you're new here. If you are not, then thanks for coming back. It means a lot. So today I'm just going to show you how I created this full glam, kind of like fox eye, blown out, peachy, glowy vibe. Yeah, I've not done like a full glam makeup look in a while, so I decided to film it for my first ever makeup video. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. So I'm all bare-faced and we're going to start the makeup process. A few disclaimers. The breeze lip situation, there's a reason why this video wasn't up on Sunday, and that was because I was way too hungover to edit it, and yeah, I ended up getting way too drunk on Saturday night and falling and headbutting a table, which just sums me up really. Please just ignore that. Hopefully that's going to go down soon because
it's not good luck.
And also I've got some breakouts going on, but you know, only human, don't kill me. Just gonna cover them all up and get this face on. The first thing that I usually start with is my eyebrows. Sometimes I change it up, but most of the time it is, and I use the Honey Glue products by Pink Honey. Basically these are like waxes for the eyebrows, and I've seen quite a few people use these at the moment, but basically all I do is get a little spoolie, and this is really clever. The honey glue comes with like a water spray, so I kind of just fill it up with water every time that it empties, and then it just keeps my spoolie quite wet, and then I just go on and apply that. So in my previous video I actually laminated my eyebrows, and I was saying that it was amazing and that I would never get them done again. Like, I would just do them myself, but if I'm honest, they've kind of just gone really flat, which didn't happen when I got them professionally laminated, so probably wouldn't recommend that if you want a long-term effect of lamination, because I'm having to use this brow gel every day like I would usually. So yeah, slight fail with that, but never mind. So once we've brushed up all our brows and they're feeling like they're in place, I then like to just conceal them and prep my eye base for eyeshadow. So to do that today I'm going to be using the P. Louise base. This is in the shade 2, and this is just unreal for like setting the eye. So I just take a little bit of that on my hand, take a flat brush, and I'm just going to apply that. So once I've finished concealing underneath both my eyes, I then just kind of blend it in with a beauty blender and make sure that it's all blended out. And there we go, like that's just all I really do for my base before I do eyeshadow. I am just going to pop the tiniest bit of translucent powder so we don't crease anywhere before we start applying the shadow. The powder I've used there is just the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. I love this one, it's really good drugstore powder. If anyone has not used it before, I would definitely recommend. Okay, so next I just like to fill in my brows, and at the moment I've been loving the NYX pencil. I actually couldn't get this in the shade that I wanted, but I've got this in the shade taupe at the moment, and if I'm honest I think I prefer like ash brown, but we'll work with it. So I just kind of like to take this just right under the brow, really lightly, just kind of in that gap between the brow and where I concealed. To follow it right down to the tail of the brow, just to get that shape. And I just feel like this combination with the brow gel just leaves like such a natural, like fluffy brow look, which I feel like is definitely loved by everyone at the moment. Everyone's loving a good fluffy brow. Excuse the fact that I literally just went off camera and covered up my spot because I couldn't even bear looking at myself in the viewfinder with it. So sometimes I do actually conceal my spots underneath the foundation just if I want a little bit extra concealation. No, that's not even a word. I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow next. So what do I want to do today? I literally don't even know. I'm literally the worst YouTuber ever. I've not even planned this, but I'm loving at the moment like the whole fox eye trend, like the really like high lifted eye. Not Corona, I promise. I'm gonna just experiment and go with a bit of a fox eye look today. Not been on a night out in ages, but I can tell you that if I was going on a night out, I would be probably doing this kind of look. So to create the eyes, I think I'm going to stick to this palette. So this is the Morphe 250 matte palette. So I've just zoomed this in so you can just see what I'm doing a little closer. It's so hard because these aren't actually named, but I will just point to the ones that I'm going to use. So literally just going to be using this like kind of toffee beige colour. The brush I'm using is Weaver 228 crease brush. I'm just going to go in the crease with this shade, just creating that winged shape with the fluffy brush, kind of bringing it out. This Sarah Ashcroft picture that I saw her post, and I've just got it in my saved pictures, and I absolutely love it. So like a bit of a fox eye with some pigment, I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll go with that. My makeup is just like sit down, it's like what I'm gonna do, and I do something different like every single time. I don't have like a go-to, but I normally do kind of just keep it like neutral for like a night out. Once them brown shades are like buffed in, I'm going to take my Zoeva smudger brush, I think it is, and I'm just going to go in with a darker shade in the palette. I think I'm going to take this one here. I've used quite a lot of this one compared to the rest, but it's just a really good like chocolatey brown shade. And I'm just going to follow up from the lower lash line. And then I'll bring it in. Just going in with that brown that I used at the start and just buffing it in. Just going to go literally back and forth with the shades. Okay, so now we've kind of got like the whole shadow effect going. I know we kind of still look a little bit crazy, but trust the process. We're just going to clean up the under eye here with a little bit of concealer just to make sure it's sharp and fierce, foxy vibes. So to do that, I'm literally just going to take my P. Louise base again. Just taking that on a flat brush. I know this is looking like seriously OTT now, but I promise, keep watching and it will all come together. So then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and literally just blend this all out. So now I'm kind of just going to take a really dark brown out of the palette. There's literally a billion to choose from, but just take a little bit more of a darker brown, and we're just going to go right into the lash line there. Almost as like a smoky liner, like blending it into the colours that I've used, but then still kind of keep that line against the concealer just so it's really sleek. Now we're going to cut the crease because I kind of want it to be like really bright, and then I don't know what this is, pull back. So once again, literally concealer on the hand, taking it on my flat brush. Okay, so once the concealer is on both of the eyes, I'm literally just going to take a little, literally a random brush, I don't even know what this is from, I think it's just one that comes in a palette, and I'm just going to take like the really white shade in the Morphe 350M, and I'm just going to pat that on just to set in place that concealer, because literally the worst when you do your crease and it just creases. It's just rude, to be honest. And I'm just going to go back in with some browns just to build that shadow in and kind of, I don't know what the word is, make sure it all like blends in together, and although you've still got some like lightness at the front, kind of blends in to the colours you've already got. Like gone back in with a concealer, I've kind of taken the darker shades back in, and it's kind of all like going back and forth with your blending and kind of literally just repeating the steps just so you get all the different layers, but they're all blended together. I wear still look a bit crazy because I need to do the under eye, I need to do the lashes. I'm really scared that people are gonna like slag off my makeup skills, so first ever makeup video, please be nice. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna go in with is a pigment, and I'm literally just... Oh my god, that was scary. Alexa, off. Does anyone else's just turn on? I can't even say her name because it just turns on. So scary. And this is one of the Doll Candy Eyes pigments. Absolutely love these, and this is in the shade Floss, and it's literally the most beautiful gold pigment with like pinky gold reflex. It's so pretty, so I'm going to be using that. Hi, okay? I'm filming. Say hi. Okay, so we just had Alexa interrupting, and then we just had Connor interrupting. I'm so sorry, that's very rude. Where were we? Just going to apply it very slightly to the inner corner. Like, I literally don't want much. I literally just want it to be the slightest pop. And there we go. I don't know whether you can see, but it literally just reflects like a baby pink, but then it's kind of keeping in with like the gold and the bronze theme. So I'm going to go in with lashes. I'm going to be using the Coco by Chloe lashes. These are absolutely insane. Like, if anyone loves like the tatty lash look, really full, these are just literally amazing. As you can see, they're just super fluffy. I'm using them in the style Dasher. Oh my god, look at them! I'm gonna have a hissy fit, I can't get them on. What is going on?
2,000 years later.
So my lashes are on, my eyes are done. I'm just gonna go back in and do like the under eye once all my face makeup is on. So now it is time for the face. I don't know about you, but like doing my face makeup, I just enjoy it so much more than eyes. I don't know why. I just absolutely love it. So, oh, I forgot to show you what I'm using. I'm using the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Primer. I put on my story with some recommendations for like new makeup to try for this video, and this was one of them. It came up a couple of times. I thought I'd give it a go. It wasn't that cheap though. Like, I always think NYX is cheap, but that was like 15 quid. And yeah, I literally went in Superdrug for some like lash glue, brow pencil, and the primer, and it came to like 30 odd pound. I was like, oh my god, that's actually quite expensive. Well, that is all rubbed in, and now I'm going to take the Rimmel London Instafix and Go, and I like to just prep my skin with this. It's just really refreshing. We're going to go in with foundation. So today I'm going to be using my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is literally my holy grail foundation at the moment. I'm using it in the shade Barcelona, and it just matches my tan perfectly. And I'm going to be taking it on my Coco by Chloe beauty blender. This is called the Marshmallow, I think. Is it called the... I think it's in the Marshmallow collection, and it feels like a marshmallow. I just love the idea, it's so good. And honestly, this puts Real Technique beauty blenders to shame. It is the softest beauty blender I've ever used in my life, and it just puts it on like an absolute dream. But once we're all blended in with the foundation, I'm then going to be using the NARS Creamy Concealer, and this is in the shade Ginger. Literally nearly finished this, and I'm just going to purchase another one straight away because this is just my favourite ever concealer. I don't even care that it costs a fortune. Like, for me, it's worth it. It's genuinely the best. I literally take quite a lot, if I'm honest. I take it right down. The beauty blender's blend in, actually. Next up, I'm just going to take some powder. I'm going to be using, wow, look at all them fingerprints, but I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty powder. I literally just bought this and it's amazing. It's the powder in the shade Butter. It smells so good as well. To apply this, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier puff thing. I don't really know what you call them, but I literally swear by this for putting powder on. I just think it packs it on miles better than like a sponge. Basically everywhere, like it completely depends whether you've got like oily skin or dry skin, but I personally have oily skin, so I would rather just be powdered up and then kind of build the glow back in. I'm just going to leave that on for a minute, and I'm going to go in with cream contour. Now for cream contour I've been using the Flawless Chisel Cheeks Barry M contour, and I literally just like to take that just above my cheekbone and then just on my temples, down my nose, just everywhere that I would normally contour. And then I just like to take the Zoeva Petite stippling brush and just blend that in. Now finally, like, I've got some dimension in my face. I told you to trust the process. Okay, so now cream contour is done, and while it's still baking, I then like to take a bronzer, the Zoeva Luxe Cheek Finish brush, but I use it for bronzer. I think it's really good. And for bronzer I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty again, obsessed with Fenty Beauty. This is the Instant Warmth bronzer in the shade Private Island. I've never really tried many Fenty products other than the lip glosses, so I decided to pick up a few of the face bits, and honestly, unreal. And then at this point I just like to wipe off that bake. So I'm feeling nice and set now, so now like all my powders are on, I like to just take again this Insta Set and Go and just spray that. I feel like this just adds like a little bit more tackiness to the skin, because I'm going to be going in with a cream blush, and I know what you're thinking, like, God, you just powder then you apply more cream, but I'm loving cream blushes at the moment, and this one is again from Fenty, and it's in the shade Strawberry Drip, literally the brightest, pinkest, like kind of reddy. It looks scary, but then it's so buildable. I like to take it on this Real Techniques brush, and I just kind of take a little bit and just apply it to the apples of the cheeks. Right, this looks really pigmented, but we're just going to blend it out in the end, and it's going to look really rosy. And then just to blend all that in, I'm just going to take my wet beauty blender and just blend all that in, and it just, honestly, I can't even cope with these cream blushes. They're just amazing, and I feel it just adds like a little bit more glow back in the skin before you even start with highlighter. Strawberry Drip by Fenty Beauty blusher, favourite blusher ever. Go and do like a few little finishing touches to the eye. Now we're baked, so I'm just going to take like a brown shade. Mascara, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline New York Falsies mascara. Literally insane, love this. Maybelline mascaras are just the best. So on my waterline, I'm just going to be using this Ico eye stick, and I'm just going to take that. That's the eyes and face complete, other than, not forgetting, a little bit of highlight. I'm not liking loads of highlight at the moment though. I'm like preferring to create a glow with like more cream based products. So for highlight, I'm going to be taking the Be Perfect Carnival palette. I'm going to be taking the two highlight shades here. These are so good, and I'm using the shade Saint. As you can see, I've hit pan, but I'm literally scraping around the side. I just love this highlight because it just really, like, it's really subtle, but then it's also got like pink reflex. So I thought it would kind of tie in with the pigment that we've used on the eye, because that's kind of like a pinky gold. Just kind of buffing it all out with a big brush so it doesn't look too... I hate it when powders, like highlights, look really powdery. You have it all to look like creamy and blended in. Last but not least is lips. So I'm going to be using, I can't even say I've just bought this because look at the size of it. It is the Kylie, look at the state of this. It's the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner. I think it's in the shade Kylie. Iconic, I know. Once lip liner's on, I'm going to be taking the MAC lipstick in the shade Honey Love, and I adore this shade. It's just the perfect, that's big, light peachy nude. Nearly done, nearly done. Still watching, thank you so much. Next, I'm going to be taking the Coco by Chloe Cosmetics lip gloss. Been so spoiled by Coco Cosmetics, like they've just sent me some beautiful bits and everything I'm just obsessed with. So this is in the shade Pink Gin, and again it like ties in with the whole gold pink reflect kind of theme, because this is just the most gorgeous pink gloss with like the nicest pink like reflex in it. Lipstick on my teeth, and we're all done, I think. I've not done like night out makeup in so long, I'm like, is that me all done? I don't know. So that's the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed me creating this look. I'd love to do more makeup videos. I absolutely love doing makeup, and it's nice to just sit down and play around with some makeup because I just don't do it enough at the moment. So if you do want to see another video like this, let me know. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed and subscribe down below as well. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye!